Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ryan Embry. I am the brand ambassador here at Travel Media Group. Want to first thank everyone for taking the time to join me on this webinar today. Very excited to share this presentation with you all. At the end of the webinar, I will be providing my direct contact information in case you have any follow-up questions with the content that I'm going to be sharing. You can also use that chat feature, which is located right in your toolbar. Type any sort of questions or feedback. I will be responding to those questions personally following the conclusion of the webinar. Also, be on the lookout since today's presentation will feature several interactive polls and would absolutely love your participation in them. So let's go ahead, get started, and learn how to build your hotel's social content calendar for 2021. And I want to start today's webinar by taking a look at the different types of travelers filling our hotel rooms and why social media is the best way to reach them. Now, prior to COVID-19, the industry was riding historic highs and metrics like ADR and RevPAR. From baby boomers who are retiring from the workforce and traveling more than ever to Gen Z who are just starting to enter the workforce and planning to spend their hard-earned cash on vacations. Group, business, and leisure travels, they were all at all-time highs, and people were traveling all over, from their local staycations to cross-country flights. Each segment on this screen was contributing to the historic numbers we were seeing in our industry. And hoteliers, we were using all sorts of ways to reach them and target them, from traditional advertising like billboards and hotel coupons to more modern online strategies like OTAs and social media. Then COVID-19 hit and completely changed the landscape of the hotel world. Some segments like business and group travel all but disappeared in 2020, while others like Gen Z, millennial, and leisure travel have started to recover at somewhat quicker pace than we initially thought. So what are we left with here as we work back towards those record-breaking numbers of 2019? Which segments are going to lead the charge in the 2021 road to recovery? And most importantly, how do we reach these travelers? Well, we know that millennials and Gen Z are the most likely to be active on social media sites, and the pandemic has only increased their screen time. We know travelers are booking closer to home and trading their plane tickets for road trips. That means even more screen time on their phone as they're stuck in cars driving towards a destination. And lastly, they're looking for an escape. Social media sites like Instagram and Facebook are the perfect way to offer them that getaway that they so desperately need after months of lockdown. This is why social media is so critical to a hotel's success in 2021. So before we get into how to create a social content calendar for your hotel, I want to launch our first poll to get a better understanding of the properties we have on this call. So let me go ahead and launch this first poll, which asks, what social platforms is your hotel currently on? And you can select more than one. So we've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So I'll give everyone a quick minute to engage with that poll, and I'll go ahead and share our findings here in just a quick second to see where we're at. Okay, excellent. Going to go ahead and share the results here. An incredible 98% of hotels on this call have a current Facebook account, which is awesome. More than half Instagram, 35% Twitter, and then about half of you actually are active on LinkedIn as well. So really, really well. 3 out of the 4 are all trending above 50%, and Facebook almost at 100%, which is incredible. So here it is. This is your hotel's 2021 social calendar. From this view, it doesn't look that intimidating, right? But in truth, every day on this calendar represents an opportunity to impact bookings and revenue for your hotel using social media. Now, unfortunately, in 2020, COVID-19 completely flipped our calendars upside down and caused a lot of hoteliers to adapt their calendars and strategies at a moment's notice. And even though COVID is still having an impact on our industry now, there are a few things that we know will happen in 2021 no matter what. The first is seasons. COVID-19 is not going to make the winter any warmer or the summer any colder. We can use these seasons to plan and adapt the social content that we post. Holidays. Yes, they might be celebrated or look a little different this year, but holidays big and small will still fill travelers' calendars and should be leveraged on your hotel's social feed. And lastly, events. Now, I do preface this with an asterisk, as some events in 2021 may or may not return this year. Our social media team at Travel Media Group is very vigilant when posting about local events for our hotel partners. We understand that events are huge occupancy drivers for hotels and are a critical part of a property's social strategy. So as we begin to slowly input these dates into our hotel's content calendar, certain days and weeks of the rest of the year start to give us some clues on what social content can strategically be posted to capture revenue during that time. Sharing the right social posts at the right time could be the reason a traveler books your hotel versus your competitor. To demonstrate, what we're going to do today is take a look at some examples of how the change in seasons can impact the change of content in your hotel's social feed. Let's start with hotel features. Now, for the most part, winter season means holiday travel. This Westin property that we partner with wanted to showcase the fact that the property is pet friendly. Sharing this post, which reads, "If your pet is traveling with you this holiday season, you're in luck. We offer pet-friendly accommodations at the Westin." A great example of targeting those traveling with pets over the winter holiday season and providing a link to secure their booking directly. As we move into the spring, we see the first example of a hotel leveraging a holiday on its social feed. No, not your major spring holidays like Easter, spring break, or Memorial Day, but a fun, less known holiday, May the 4th, a Star Wars reference. Featuring a cup of coffee, this post could showcase the fact that the property offers complimentary coffee to their guests during their stay. For the busy season, sometimes the smartest post is simply anticipating the type of traveler you're expecting to book. We know that summer means the kids are out of school and family vacations. For this property with its family style rooms, the hotel understands it has an advantage over its local competitors when it comes to attracting families that are traveling during the summer. It highlights its family room on its social feed and provides a direct link for a commission-free booking. And the same can be true about the fall season. With the kids back in school, hotels might be expecting a little bit more business travel. A social post like this could also be anticipating the quote-unquote new norms of business travel. Post-COVID-19, more and more work-from-home employees are looking for a quiet place to escape their homes. Make sure to leverage your rooms on social media as the perfect alternative for someone looking to use your hotel room as their office for the day. Now let's focus on some hotel amenity posts. For the cold winter season, we helped this hotel create a multi-amenity post showcasing the property's indoor pool, free breakfast, coffee, and cocoa, and one of the most unique winter amenities, a snowmobile right from your room. We paired this with a featured deal booking link, and with over 50 reactions from travelers, we can measure the success and impact of this one post alone. As things warm up for the spring season, we start to showcase more outdoor activities and amenities. And although a courtyard doesn't necessarily feel like an amenity, creating a post showcasing its use as a wedding venue can have some real revenue generating potential. Now, the pool is the ultimate summer amenity for hotels. However, notice in this example that the property has actually posted this picture of its pool in the dead of winter, getting people excited and thinking about their property as a potential destination when the seasons start to change. In fact, although shared in the winter, the post has received almost 150 reactions, comments, and shares. Now, we can never predict a traveler's booking window, so make sure you're incorporating these types of posts into your regular scheduled social content. And finally, the fall season. Here's an example that really, except for the winter, could be used at any time of the year. But we helped this property really personalize this post for the fall season by writing, Crisp fall days are perfect for an outdoor adventure. Stop by our adventure vault for some bikes and go exploring. You see, instead of just sharing your amenities online, match it with the season to make it the post feel more relevant and timely to the travelers that are seeing it. Let's look at another important piece of a hotel's social strategy, and that's local stories. Sometimes activities and places located around the hotel can be just as important as the hotel itself. And if they find these local stories on your property social feed, it can significantly increase the chances of conversion. A great example of this is featured here, marketing a local winter attraction that runs several weeks in the area, with the objective to inspire travelers seeing the post and encouraging them to book with the property if they decide to visit. Now, last spring was tough not just on the hotel industry, but all of hospitality, especially the restaurant business. In this post last spring, the property promotes a local food truck meetup to support local businesses and give the guests the opportunity for a more local experience. The post was an incredible viral success with over 1,000 likes, 100+ comments, and almost 350 shares. Travelers appreciate this type of content on their feeds and are willing to support local causes with a like, share, and a follow. However, a post doesn't just have to showcase one specific attraction or event. Instead, share lists, blogs, and polls on your social feed. Something that might catch the eye of one traveler might not catch another. This post reads, "This summer is the perfect opportunity to spend more time in the great outdoors. Follow the link to learn about all the different outdoor activities around Little Rock and get inspired today." And finally, showcasing your hotel's location. It's important to remember that even though you might be familiar with the surrounding area, most of your guests aren't going to be. From your proximity to attractions like this featured post here, or more day-to-day places like grocery stores, restaurants, and shopping. Leverage your specific hotel's location to get travelers feeling comfortable in booking at your property versus a local competitor down the road. And finally, let's look at some local event posts. And events really can come in all different varieties, especially now with COVID-19. Take this winter post, for example, where the hotel is showcasing the natural event of the Northern Lights. Keep an eye out for these seasonal things that might only happen at certain times of the year in your market. It might be an annual event for you, but could inspire others to travel to the area. The solar eclipse a couple years ago was a great example of a natural event that had some major revenue and occupancy implications, especially for those hoteliers who are able to strategically leverage it on their social media. Now, as we turn the page to spring, we reflect on what happened to the event industry in 2020. One of the things we did for our hotel partners during this time was promote virtual events, like the example you see here. Now, although no one traveled for the event, it was an opportunity for the hotel to engage their social community. This could lead to shares online and more social followers for the next time that the property posts with a booking call to action. Now, summers are typically packed with events, from outdoor concerts to major sporting events. But don't forget those smaller weekly events like the local farmers market, for example. Travelers are looking for that personalized local feel to their trips now. Identifying these neighborhood community events could be just what your traveler is looking for as inspiration to book their trip. And as we wrap up the year, we get more opportunity to promote holiday events. From Halloween to the end of the year, there are typically events that go hand in hand with these major holidays. Seek out and promote these events on your hotel social feed and encourage your followers to book with you. So when we combine these posts over time, we create a blueprint for the calendar year. From there, we can sharpen our posts, adding more posts to this grid year over year, uncovering new local stories and events, and leveraging social analytics to see what posts are performing and which ones aren't. Armed with that knowledge, we can then create measurable social media goals and adapt our posts to help achieve them. But is that enough? let's look at an example of the Hotel Paradise. Now, let's say using what they learned today, the Hotel Paradise posts 48 times on Facebook in 2021. They create posts showcasing their hotel features, amenities, local stories, and events, customizing each post to match the season in their market. Sounds like a solid strategy, right? But let's look at that in calendar view. Now, 48 posts over the course of an entire year might sound like a lot on paper, but on a calendar really exposes all the missed revenue opportunities for this hotel. 48 posts per year is equal to 4 posts per month and 1 per week. We talk to a lot of hotels that have a similar strategy and become frustrated with things like follower growth, engagement, and most importantly, ROI. They feel like they're taking the time, effort, and energy into creating posts, but aren't seeing results. Well, the simple fact is that there are travelers on your hotel's social pages every single day. And travelers are making these booking decisions, not just 4 times a month or once a week when you're posting, but every day. And with COVID-19 still at the forefront of travelers' minds, they're making their booking decisions sooner than ever. In fact, according to Expedia Group Media Solutions, travelers are searching in the 0 to 21 day booking window more than any other time frame right now. That is well within a month's time of search and book. So as we look at this calendar, it becomes pretty clear. If you're not constantly engaging with your audience online, it's costing you revenue. So let's see what happens when Hotel Paradise partners with Travel Media Group. Now, this is what a hotel social calendar looks like when partnering with us. Now, notice how the property is not just posting on Facebook, but on Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, multiplying its opportunity to convert travelers using 4 different platforms. Notice the number of posts in comparison to the last calendar we saw. This property over the course of 2021 will end up from anywhere from 208 to 260 social posts. That's 16 to 25 posts per month and 4 to 5 posts per week. So when looking at this in one calendar season or 3-month span, they will have already posted more than the other property did for the entire year. This is what a 2021 post-COVID-19 social strategy should look like for a hotel. It's not enough anymore just to say you have a Facebook or an Instagram account. Those 98% of you that did have that Facebook. Hotels are using these social profiles as serious revenue drivers for their business in 2021. And luckily, with the power of analytics, we have the tools to show that. Below are the statistics from our social partners here at Travel Media Group and the average Facebook page growth for properties in 2020. So I encourage you, take a moment, take a screenshot of this slide, and when you're done, find out how many likes your hotel has on Facebook and see what type of growth you had in 2020. What would it mean to increase your online audience by X amount of travelers? What would that do to online conversion and revenue? These are all questions we can walk through and help your hotel with as the industry ramps up for recovery in 2021. So with that in mind, I'm super excited to announce this, a New Year's social promotion that we are offering to properties that are not yet partnering with Travel Media Group. This webinar offer, which expires at the end of the week, includes an additional custom social post to your package for the first 90 days of your partnership. These posts are customized and built specifically for your property and location, just like the posts that we reviewed today. This will help your property ramp up and increase exposure as more and more guests begin to travel again in 2021. And as a reminder, this promotion is for new hotel partnerships. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and launch our final poll here. Let me find that there. Which asks if there are any hotels or group of hotels on this call that would like some assistance with their social strategy for 2021. So I'll go ahead and give everyone a quick moment to find that poll. In just a second, I will be sharing my direct contact information as well, so you can feel free to reach out to me that way. I saw we had a lot of people, a lot of attendees on this webinar today, which I'm very excited about. So we will be sending out a recording of this at the end. So I'll give everyone just a quick moment again to find that poll and engage with it. And if you do answer yes, we will be reaching out to you shortly. Excellent. Okay. So as promised, here is my direct contact information. Feel free to give me a call or email me. We will be sending out that recording shortly after. We're going to continue our educational series next month. Very excited about this webinar. It's all about responding to online reviews post-COVID-19 for owners and general managers. So this is going to have some great best practices and tips on responding to your online reviews. That's going to be next month on the 23rd. So don't forget to sign up for that on our website. And feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn for some more educational insights and industry opportunities. So thank you so much for taking the time, and have a fantastic rest of your week.